Welcome everyone! Today's set overview video, we'll be talking about some of the other monsters in Judgment of the Light.
The first of the other monsters we have is Galaxy Serpent. It is a light dragon tuner monster level 2 with 1000 attack and 0 defense.
Its lore reads, "Your hopes and dreams will be refreshed if you catch a glimpse of this rare creature in the evening twilight, soaring in the sea of stars."
This card works quite well with Galaxy Zero or Galaxy Wizard to easily get this card on the field or in your hand. This card could also be used along with Rescue Rabbit to summon 2 to easily summon Red Nova Dragon.
Additionally, this card can be used with cards of consonance in order to draw 2 cards, or Silver's Cry to special summon this card from the graveyard.
And the next monster we have is World of Prophecy. It is a light spellcaster effect monster level 9 with 2900 attack and 2400 defense.
Its effect is, when this card is special summoned by the effect of a spellcaster type monster or a spellbook spell card, you can target 2 spellbook spell cards in your graveyard, add those targets to your hand. You cannot special summon other monsters during the turn you activate this effect. When you add card or cards to your hand by this effect, you can reveal 4 spellbook spell cards with different names in your hand. Destroy all other cards on the field.
This card can be easily special summoned using Temperance of Prophecy in order to activate this effect. This card can also be summoned without its effect by Magical Dimension if this card is already in your hand.
Magical Exemplar can be used after getting at least 9 spell counters on it in order to special summon World of Prophecy from your hand or graveyard. Since you have to activate spell cards in order for Magical Exemplar to gain spell counters, use your spellbook spell cards wisely in order to keep World of Prophecy's destruction effect viable.
And the next monster we have is the Calibrator. It is a light thunder effect monster level 4 with 1500 attack and 1500 defense.
Its effect is, this card gains attack equal to the combined ranks of all face-up Xyz monsters your opponent controls, times 300.
This card works very well as a counter to most common Xyz monsters, even if they just have 1, as this card will have 2400 attack even if they only have 3 ranks, and 2700 for 4 is enough to take out most rank 4 Xyz.
The Calibrator works well when teched into decks such as Hunters, Constellars, and Photons, since being a light level 4 will allow it to be used for the Xyz summon of many of their Xyz monsters in the case that your opponent has a strong non-Xyz monster.
And the next monster we have is Talea, Princess of Cherry Blossoms. She is a water plant effect monster level 8 with 2800 attack and 1200 defense.
Her effect is, this card gains 100 attack for each plant type monster you control. Other plant type monsters on the field cannot be destroyed by card effects.
This card can be used to protect your other plants from not only hostile card effects, but also from side effects like those of Phoenician Cluster Amaryllis that would normally make those monsters more difficult to use.
Since plant effects are diverse and many have the ability to special summon other plants, this card can easily be special summoned through the likes of Lord Poison, Blue Rose Dragon, Lone Flower Blossom, or Gigaplant, just to name a few. Using Dandelion tokens to tribute summon this card is also a quick way to get out Talea.
And the next monster we have is CheepCheepCheep. It is a winged beast effect monster level 1 with 300 attack and 200 defense.
Its effect is, Flip. You can special summon 1 level 5 or higher tuner monster from your deck.
This card can be used to quickly summon cards like Labradorite Dragon or Quick Draw Synchron for quick synchro summons. Using Book of Taiyu on this card lets you synchro summon a level 6 or 7 synchro monster instantly.
CheepCheepCheep can also be used with Genomics Fighter in order to get specific synchro monsters out, such as Driven Daredevil and Dark Highlander.
And the next monster we have is Masked Chameleon. It is an Earth Reptile Tuner Effect monster level 4 with 1600 attack and 1100 defense.
Its effect is, cannot be normal summoned if you control a level 5 or higher monster. When this card is normal summoned, you can target 1 monster with 0 defense in your graveyard. Special summon that target in face-up defense position. Its effects are negated. You cannot special summon any other monsters except from the extra deck during the turn you activate this effect.
This card is very versatile and can be used for many synchro or Xyz summons depending on the contents of your graveyard. You can use its effect to summon cards like Fog King, Steel Swarm Giristag, or Maju Garzet to synchro summon Star Eater, or can be used with powerful level 4 monsters with negative side effects such as Chainsaw Insect or Goblin Attack Force, though you'll need to protect them for a turn.
Since this card is a reptile, it can easily be searched through the very useful generic Xyz monster, King of the Feral Imps. Masked Chameleon can also be used to easily summon a Yubel or Sociedad de Fleu from the graveyard.
And the next monster we have is Flying Sea. It is an Earth Insect Effect monster level 3 with 700 attack and 700 defense.
Its effect is, when your opponent normal or special summons a monster or monsters except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand to the opponent's side of the field in face-up defense position. The controller of this card cannot exceed summon. An important thing to note when not using this card with additional cards is that it can be used for a synchro summon. So if your opponent is running a versatile enough deck that they can exceed or synchro summon, you just gave them a free level 3 monster to use for their synchro summon.
A way to counteract this would be equipping it with cards like Duston Mop or using Curse of the Circle to further lock down your opponent, preventing them from using it for other types of summons. And the last monster we have is Yellow Duston. It is an Earth Fiend Effect monster level 1 with 0 attack and 1000 defense.
Its effect is, cannot be used as a fusion, synchro, or exceed material for a summon. While this card is face up on the field, it cannot be tributed. When this card on the field is destroyed, the controller targets one monster in their graveyard, shuffle that target into the deck. You can only control one face-up Yellow Duston.
This is one of the positive Dustons that you will want to summon to your side of the field when using House Duston. It can allow you to reuse the Dustons that have already been destroyed, or put back a copy of a Duston you've already used 3 of.
If you do put this card onto your opponent's side of the field, and they are able to destroy it, perhaps with the likes of Torrential Tribute, they will be able to shuffle and reuse a potentially useful monster from their own graveyard.
Welcome to the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to leave your comments below on any of your thoughts on these cards or anything on the video in particular, and we will see you for the next video.